Kessler is former legislative and policy director to Representative to Senator Charles Schumer, and Alexandra Smith, executive director at America Rising PAC. Thank you very much for talking to us. Alexandra, I will start with you because you say President Trump is going to be giving Democrats every reason to come to the table tonight. What do you mean by that?
He sure is. I mean, if you look at anything from the immigration proposal that he's going to talk about in his speech tonight, to infrastructure, a $1.5 billion plan that he's going to be talking about, these are giving Democrats every reason to come to the table. And you know what? They really should, because 2018 is a big year for them. And after the legislative temper tantrum they just threw with the government shutdown, they need to show their constituents that they're good for more than just going to Washington and saying no to Donald Trump. There are several key senators that will be sitting in the audience tonight, senators that come from states that President Trump won, some of them by double digits. So they really ought to show some enthusiasm for coming to the table and working in a bipartisan way with this president and Republican Congress.
Jim, what do you believe is the state of our union, and what is President Trump's biggest challenge tonight?
So the state of our union is divided. This is the most divided country I can remember in my lifetime. This is a polarizing president. He has chosen to be polarizing. Yes, there's a lot of hope for the State of the Union. I think if what he is trying to do is to bring this nation together and be less polarizing and, try and heal the divisions in this country, that would go a long way towards things like infrastructure. But right now, I think he's more interested in dividing than uniting, and we'll see what he does in the State of the Union. My hopes aren't as high as others on this, because division is what got him the presidency, and it seems that is his modus operandi.
With regard to uniting, I mean, the president wants to unite the two parties. He's made that very clear, that he wants bipartisan legislation to move forward. With regard to spending, on February 8th, Alexandra, the government's funding runs out for the 5th time since last October, due to the Democrats pushing forward and being reluctant on meeting in the middle. In other words, not being united. How will tonight's speech address this showdown with the Senate Democrats?
Well, look, I totally agree that the president came to Washington in 2016, or after 2016 elections, as someone who would be a change agent. I think what the American people were saying in the 2016 elections is that we're tired of both parties. We're tired of the way that they both work, or rather not work in Washington, and we want to see some action. And I think that, coming up with the government spending, Democrats, I think, made a major unforced error in the government shutdown that they did a couple weeks ago, that really showed the American people that they're not here to work for them. So they really have every reason in the world to work with this president, because I think that what Americans are going to come and find in the midterm elections is that they're tired of these kind of antics.
Jim, there's no way Democrats can argue that we don't have a strong economy, our stock market isn't soaring, unemployment is down. What then will be the Democratic response?
I mean, well, this is the amazing thing, because, the economy is doing well. It's been doing well for a long time, but it's had a good year. The stock market is way up. The country is at peace. You would think the president would be popular. The president is incredibly unpopular. So people are rejecting the way basically that he is behaving. The State of the Union is an opportunity for him to press a reset button. I don't think the White House understands that they have a problem, but they do have a problem. If things are going this well and he's doing this poorly, they need to make a change. His State of the Union should try to bring the nation together and show that he's learned that the apprenticeship is over. He's learned over the past year he is a different person. He will be a different president.
All right, Jim Kessler, Alexandra Smith, thank you very much to you both.
Thank you.